Hi, welcome to this episode of the CE Tool Den. And on today's episode, this is our January haul of Harbor Freight stuff that we got for the whole month. That includes the parking lot sale, all the coupons, and including this past weekend's sale. So this is it, the whole giant haul for the whole month. So let's get reviewing. Alright, we're going to start off here in this bottom corner, left-hand corner of this whole table. And first things first, we bought the 4-piece impact extension set. 1/2-inch drive, so it's right over here. No need to say anything more than what it is. It's the typical sizes of 1 3/4, 2.5 inch long, 4 1/4 inch, and 9 1/4 inch long. And this should have the lifetime warranty. Yes, it does. Also, we got the deep impact sockets in 1/2-inch drive, 13-piece in metric. I think these were $19.99, if I remember correctly. Yes, $19.99. Before you guys tell me anything, yes, I know these are the shiny ones, and I know the matte ones are the ones, but these are the only ones that were available at the store at that time. So I had to get this version in the deep impact sockets for the metric. But they did have the metric matte versions, so I was able to score those in the metric. And we got the matte versions in the 1/2-inch. So the metric ones, by the way, the metric on the deep is somewhat different than the metric on the shallows. So the metric 1/2-inch drive goes 10, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 27, 30, and 32 millimeters. And there is some overlap here in sizes for the metric. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 21, 22, 24, and 27. So this one does have the 18 millimeter. This one does not. So you can interchange between the two. Same thing kind of with the SAE version. So I couldn't get the matte version of the deeps. This is all that was available at that Harbor Freight at that time. So that's why it's here. On the 1/2-inch 13-piece, these were also $19.99, and the shallows for both the metric and SAE were $14.99 during that. It was an ITC sale. So this is the shallows for the SAE are 3/8, 7/16, 1/2-inch, 9/16, 5/8, 11/16, 3/4, 13/16, 7/8, 15/16, 1 inch, 1 1/16, and 1 1/4 inches. And then on the 13 deep impacts, it's going to be 7/16, 1/2, 9/16, 5/8, 11/16, 3/4, 13/16, 7/8, 15/16, 1 inch, 1 1/16, 1 1/8, and 1 1/4 inches. So on the SAE, it's not much of a difference. I think it's all the same. So let's continue. Another thing that we kind of needed in this shop, since we're doing more automotive stuff with the handyman business, is I needed some deep, long-handled combo wrench set. So we got the SAE and the metric. These I can't remember what I paid for these now. I think these were I want to say $15.99 or $19.99. I can't remember. Down from $19.99 I think they were, or something like that. They're 11-piece. Both of them are 11-piece. They're very similar to the V-Groove. There's actually the V-Groove has a few more pieces. Each one of the V-Grooves, the Pittsburgh set, is 14 pieces each. These are 11. So other than the fact that the V-Groove, I think, has a couple of lines in here. These are all smooth, but they also have that V-notch. So it's pretty much the same thing, just with a few less pieces. But I'm going to fill the setup by buying some extra ones on Amazon from whatever brand that I can get them off. These seem to be really well. There's a lot of sizes with this. This one has, the SAE has 3/8, 7/8. Hold on, it's kind of tough to see in this angle. 7/16, 1/2-inch, 9/16, 5/8, 7/8. What else? There's another one. 3/4, 13/16. Well, a lot of these are the same thing. 14, 15/16. I mean, that's not 7/8, 15/16, and 1 inch. So this is kind of confusing because all the numbers are there with the lengths of the sizes. So I'm kind of like trying to see. I don't even have my glasses on. On the metric, you got 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22, 24, 26. A lot easier to read when you have the little logos on it. Let's keep moving. This is going to be a long one. We got these with the super coupons. These were $1.99. So I think these are like $5 or something, and I got them for $1.99. I don't remember what the regular price is on these actually, but these were $1.99. And the 6-pack ones, I think, is it 6-pack or whatever it is, or 3-pack, whatever it is, it was $1 at that time too with the coupon. So this was actually the better deal. You get more bang for the buck. So we made it happen. We also got the 9-piece 1/4 inch, 3/8, 1/2 inch drive wobble extensions, which is awesome. So a lot of this stuff, like the not the wrenches, but all the impacts, whether the deep or the shallows in the metric, and I see they're all going into my car setup, because that's why I bought the Pittsburgh, because I wanted to do the car setup. So it's all going to be in the vehicle as an emergency. So all that's going to be joining in the truck. So it's going to be part of my mechanic set. So if something ever happens, we're prepared. We also have the 3/8 drive extensions, impact rated, all lifetime warranty. We have the socket adapter set. I think we paid like $2 and change for this. This was a great deal. Here's another good deal. I think this was like $2.99, the 3-piece universal joint set. Again, all this is going into my truck. This one's not going into the truck. I bought this just for the shop, but I should have bought a second one for the truck. So this is the 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive super long extension set. And what did I get for this? I can't remember. Good question. I don't remember. We did get, when these were on the parking lot sale, these were $3.50, I want to say. So I got the Pittsburgh, all the Pittsburgh ones, all the different angles. So I got the 90-degree angle, the 45-degree angle on the long reach pliers, and I got the straight 11-inch long. So these are really good, and they're definitely going in that kit. So I'm just excited to be putting it all together now that everything's here that I need. So it's going to be all good together. And this is also going in the truck kit, is the Pittsburgh hose clamps. We got this on 30% off this past weekend. So we needed this. This is very important to have in the vehicle, which I'm very happy about. Right now we will have more stuff. There's another thing that I wanted, I've been wanting for a little while, is the e-socket and star bit set. So you're gonna have all these e-torque sockets and bits, and it comes with the bit holder, the 3/8 drive bit. You can put that on a socket or on a, one of those socket spanner things. All right, we got all the Icon dead blows. So we have the Icon 32 ounce. We were able to score all these. The 48 ounce. That's the 16 ounce. 24 ounce. I had to go to different multiple Harbor Freights to get everything, because they were sold out at some stores. So, and here's the ball peen hammer ones. So that's the 40 ounce. The 32 ounce. That's the 16 ounce. And last but not least, the 24 ounce for this. We were able to score during the parking lot sale the Icon 2100 lumen rechargeable floodlight. Can't wait till you start using this. I've been waiting for this one. I just wanted to do this video before I can open any of this stuff. This past weekend with the 30% off, we got the professional scraper set. These are on instant savings and 30% off. So this was a heck of a deal. So this was, I think, with the instant savings, it's down to $9.99. And then with the 30% off, we paid $7. This is a steal, folks. This was a steal for the weekend. Who knows what they're doing now with the ITC sales going on this week? I don't know. We also got the ribbed anchor assortment with the screws and the anchors. So I needed that to do some projects for the wall and drywall, whatever. Here's a new item, Hercules alert. Guys, Hercules alert here. So we have 2 sets of the SAE version of these sets. This just came out. This is a new release that just came out. This is the metric drill and tap bit set. So now you have, with this one, you have the M3 by 0.5, M4 by 0.7, M5 by 0.8, M6 by 1.0, M8 by 1.25, M10 by 1.5. So this is all brand new. This is a new metric set for the Hercules. There's your model number, and on the back, that's your item number right there. So if you guys are interested, this was I got this on the 30% off weekend, so it's $20. The other one's $20 too, the SAE version. So this is good. 14 bucks was a heck of a deal. So you guys know about that Velcro brand that does the straps? Well, this is another new product. Yukon has come out with 6-pack of storage straps. Now this, you get in 6 packs. This is $5.99. We were able to get this for the 30% off this past weekend. This is like 6 straps. So you get 3 there and 3 there. Whereas the Velcro brand's really kind of more pricier. I mean, they're still cheap and affordable, but you're getting 6 for $6 plus 30% off. We paid whatever 30% off of $6 is $5.99. So you're able to get all this stuff. This is brand new, and it was in the electrical aisle. So if you're interested, there is the item number. There's different sizes. There's a 10, a 13, and a 17 wraps for all your storage needs. Each holds up to 50 pounds. So definitely much needed. Love it. We got the hose clamp assortment kit, the 20-piece. I needed some of these for future car stuff coming up once the summer hits. So you have all these sizes, 20-piece assorted, not bad. This was $2.99. I don't know if this is still on sale, or actually it might be going now, but we got a security bit set that I want to put in the truck because we don't have a security bit set in the truck. So I just bought this little cheap one. It should fulfill all the needs I need and have, so I'll have that on mobile. We also got this half-inch 10-inch impact extension bar. So it's got the little locking mechanism, so when you put it on your socket or impact wrench or whatever, you can lock your sockets in there and not have to worry about anything slipping. So not bad. We got that on the 30% off. Actually, no, we got this on a coupon. Sorry. Yeah, we had a good coupon for this. This we got for the 30% off, the 3-piece universal impact joint set. And this was also, this is also going in the truck. So, good deal. We also have this 3-piece socket adapter. So this is a 1/2-inch female to 3/8 male. So it's going to be 3/8. So you can put your 1/2-inch ratchet or your half-inch torque wrench, and you can put your 3/8 sockets in there. The adapter, I love it. This was also an ITC. We got the long reach, double-ended one. One's 3/8, one side's 1/4 inch, low profile ratchet. So we're going to be using this. I'm going to put some of those Quid Nano sockets on this if I need to, but I want to get some of those Astros too. So this will give us a little bit of leeway. I know the first gen, this is the second gen. I know the first gen was a little bit stronger than this, but this is still stronger. But this actually has a better locking mechanism, so you can flip the lock where the other one had this little slide switch. So I think this is going to be a better option, and I really like this. It's stiff over on the joints, so if you're ratcheting, you don't have to worry about it, and the pins are pressed in. So if they loosen up over time, we'll just put a nail set or a punch and just punch them down to kind of like mushroom them so it'll stay stiff. We got these during 30% off week, 11-inch long reach diagonal cutters. This is going in the truck kit. We do have the icon version of this, so we definitely don't need another version in the shop here. This is just strictly for the truck, and a lot of the stuff for the truck that I'm getting is low priced. I want it to be on a budget, because if something were to happen, if somebody steals my stuff, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna hurt as bad as if it was like my good stuff. That's why we're keeping a budget option for fixing vehicles and maintaining vehicles from the truck on a budget. That's the key theme, is getting decent quality to good quality stuff at a low price, so it doesn't hurt if it ever gets stolen. We have the 7-piece impact socket adapter set. Again, most of this is going to be going in the truck. Other than that, these two big ones are staying in the shop for now. I already have this set from really a long time ago, but I just needed the other pieces so I can just put in the truck, which is what they're doing. We also have the 3-piece 3/8 drive wobble impact socket extension kit. We wanted the wobbles, and we also have the 3-piece 1/2-inch drive version of the wobble socket set extensions, so that's not bad at all. I picked up two of these because I have some sets that need to be filled out for these square sets. I needed a 3-inch, so I need square 1 and square 2. I do a lot of electrical, and I wanted to fill up my complete my set, because some of the sets didn't come with the Robertson square bits. So I figured I'd get a couple of these. These were really cheap, like $2, 2 and change with the 30% off. So it wasn't bad. This is another new product from Maddox, the hood tailgate support clamp. This is going to be a game changer. It's going to be in the shop. I'm not going to keep this in the truck, so but I'll just use it when I need it. Hopefully when I do work over here in my driveway, you know, if somebody comes over and I need to fix something, I have this ready and handy to go. This is $6.99, but we bought it during 30% off weekend. It's a new product, and I really like it. We got more Hercules stuff. So these are kind of newish now. These are the new bimetal plunge blades. So this is like a really thin version. This is a 3/4 inch wide, and we got the skinny version that's 3/8. So for those little, you know, areas that you need to just do small cuts and plunge cuts, right here, bimetal. So 3/4 and 3/8. Definitely one of these. I might have to I might have to pick more of this stuff up, because if it wears out, you know, we'll have more ready to go. It's a consumable. You always get them on sale. We have the Doyle 500-foot pulling line, because I do electrical stuff and I needed some line, so I bought this down in 30% off set. 500 feet of line, nothing big. I needed some 9-volt batteries, so I picked those up for the 30% off. A lot of the stuff was on ITC or 30% off sale, so we got this was a steal right here. The Maddox 30-foot retractable test leads. This was a heck of a deal, because this is on instant savings for $14.99 or $15.99 or whatever it was, and then we got the 30% off on top of that. So this was actually a heck of a deal. It was just over $10 after all said and done. This was like maybe $10.50, but before taxes. But this was a must buy for the 30%. This was one of the best buys for the 30% off because of the instant savings, the stacking. We finally pulled the trigger on the Quinn 6-piece diamond tips screwdrivers. I've been wanting this for a while. I almost didn't buy it. This was actually the last one in the store that I was at. And I was like, you know what? It's the last one. I'm just going to pick it up, take it. So here it is. Picked it up and I took it. So it was a good set. We got the Pittsburgh 1/4 inch 3/8 drive extendable ratchet. So on one side it's 1/4 inch. The other side is 3/8. And this extends up to 13.5 inches. Kind of wanted this for a while. You know, you never know when something like this might be handy. I mean, it actually is very smooth, very low back drag, very nice ratchet. But it's kind of like a niche thing. I mean, I do have longer ratchets. I mean, I can always, but I just wanted to have this because you never know. It's good to have a lot of choices because you never know when something might come up. And this is a dual drive, so might as well. I also got the 3/8 indexable head quick release ratchet. So this got a quick release over here in 3/8. I love this. So now you can, and this is also smooth. You can flip the switch and angle the handle any way in orientation you want. You just lock it up and it goes there, and it's got that offset head. Really nice. Really nice. There's your on and off switch there, lever. Really nice. All good on 30% off. This was one of the things I kind of wanted. This telepoke scoping socket driver. This goes from 7 5/8 inches to 12 11/16. And it's got the 1/4 inch drive for the top. So you just pull this down and pull that out, and then you have a longer extension. Something like this would be handy in hard to reach areas. So this is why I got it. It's kind of like a little bit niche, but sometimes you need something a little bit niche, and I'm kind of glad. And it'll actually pair very well with that with this set. So it was a good purchase. I couldn't wait to get it. So we have the 1/4 inch drive of this, so I finally bought the 3/8 drive in the quick release swivel head ratchet. Very smooth. This is a nice swivel head. I didn't want to get the Icon Gen 1 because I think maybe eventually there's going to be an Icon Gen 2. And listen, I don't really use these as much. I like using my 1/4 inch as a driver instead of the ratchet. Kind of like the Wera Triclops, whatever it's called. So I use it kind of like in that way. But I wanted to get the 3/8. Eventually I'll get the 1/2 inch. I didn't want to spend that much money. I already spent a lot of money on all this stuff for the month, so it was extra money. Next 30% off, I'll probably get the 1/2 inch of this and just roll with it, because this is come in handy. This will come in handy in certain situations. You know, you can swivel it all the way around, and it's a really smooth. Pittsburgh ratchets are really smooth. And here's another one. Another niche tool is the 3/8 dual flex ratchet. So you can index it like this into different ways. You know what I mean? Go like this. Kind of use it like as a crow's foot right there. It's really smooth. Nice ratchet for what it is. I mean, not much can be said. This is also a niche tool, but you never know when this is going to be handy. I know like Snap-on has something like this, but this is not the Snap-on price, and this is something that I'll rarely, if ever, use. But I want to have it anyway, just to be on the safe side. If I ever use this, I know I made a good purchase and not having to spend $1 million on a ratchet like this, a niche tool, because this is definitely going to be kind of like a one and done type of thing. So there's that. All right, and last but not least, I picked up this version of the Pittsburgh 1/2 inch breaker bar, the full steel one, not the soft grip. I do have the soft grip one in the truck right now, and I was going to buy another one of those, but then I just said, you know what, this is actually really, really discounted really well. So I'll just buy this one for the shop, and leave the one in the comfort grip one in the truck. So I just said, this is it. We'll just use this breaker bar here, and that'll be it. That was our tool haul video for the Harbor Freight January 2026, from January 1st all the way to this weekend's 30% off deal. So I hope you like this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notifications. Hype the video. Let's keep on making more videos. Support the channel as much as you can. You know, watch the videos, do everything you can, and subscribe. Please subscribe. We want to get this channel to grow bigger and bigger so we can bring you more awesome stuff. We like to bring all the new stuff to you guys as much as we can, you know, as much as our budget will allow. So there's that. So I hope you guys have a good day, good night, and the CE Tool Den is out.